He is the Oscar-winning filmmaker whose hit movie Bowling for Columbine makes its 20th anniversary this year, and he's the host of the podcast Rumble with Michael Moore, my good friend Michael Moore. Michael Moore. Mike.
Bill.
How are you? You look great. You look like Michael Less.
I am feeling pretty good, actually. I've spent the pandemic trying to take care of myself.
Yeah, you look great. I see you're in your bunker there with the map. Your undisclosed location, and so listen. We've talked about the midterms many times here. I think there's sort of a bright spot there in the fact that the country is on the brink of disaster, which for the first time I can remember, the midterms are sexy. This is the one usually we had trouble getting people to go out and vote for. But now there's very high enthusiasm for a midterm election. So what do you think is going to happen?
Before I say what I think is going to happen, I need to preface it by telling everybody who's watching that everybody needs to show up. And you need to bring 5 to 10 people with you on election day. That is critical. That's a lot of people, but make it, bring beer, make it a fun thing, have a party afterwards, whatever. But I honestly believe, Bill, and you and I are two well-known pessimists, I think, and I have never felt this optimistic. And I was on your show here, what's now 6 years ago, when I said that Trump was going to win, and the audience booed me, and you stood up for me. I was just saying I'm out, I'm around, I'm from the Midwest. I think I had a pretty good sense of what was going to happen. I think the opposite's going to happen this time. I think that there is going to be such a landslide against the traitors, especially the 147 Republicans who just hours after the insurrection voted to not certify the elected president of the United States, Joe Biden. And I think that there is going to be so many people coming out to vote. I want to thank the Supreme Court for reminding women that they are, in fact, second-class citizens and taking their rights away like this. There are so many. I don't know if you've seen the list of states, starting with Kansas, which, by the way, 60% of the people in Kansas a couple months ago showed up to say, no, we want abortion legal, and we want it in our Constitution. We want it to stay there. And I think that there's going to be such a massive turnout of women. 70% of all new registered voters in Kansas were women. In Wisconsin, it's 17% more than men are registering to vote. Pennsylvania, 12%. I mean, in most of these states, these are women who have not voted, who've not been registered, are coming out to register. And then look what happened in Alaska. Alaska only gets one member of Congress, and it elects a woman, a native Alaskan woman, to defeat Sarah Palin. Alaska. This is like, there are so many signs of this that I honestly think if we all do our work, and if we all get people to get out there and we get out there ourselves, we have a chance to do something that it does happen every now and then. 1993, Canada voted every conservative member in parliament, except for 2, out of office. Gone. All of them, except for 2. And 4 years later, in Great Britain, 1997, every conservative member of the British Parliament in Scotland, in Wales, and from Northern Ireland were all thrown out of office. I think we could throw out a huge number of these Republican traitors in November 8th.